Hi, hello, and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're going to be building a meerkat habitat, and all this footage is from a stream that I did earlier this week. I think it was Tuesday's stream, in fact. So yes, this is all the footage that I managed to record and speed up so we can have a look at us building the meerkat habitat, which is the first, well, I would say first proper habitat for Lilypad Manor Zoo, which is very exciting. Obviously we have the peafowls at the front here, but I don't think that counts as a actual habitat. It's more a display feature that happens to have animals in it. So this will be the first proper habitat, so to speak. So I'm just beginning here by building like a little entrance way into the Africa section. I think we end up naming it the African Kingdom because the plan is to have 4 separate kingdoms. The African Kingdom, the Asian Kingdom, the Monkey Kingdom, and the Australian Kingdom, which would be very cool and exciting, I think, which would be very fun. So yeah, we're just starting off with the African Kingdom here. Well, I want to build like a little entrance gate in, kind of do that kind of typical zoo thing that you see in, at least I see in British zoos, that separate sections of the park to guests, and so you kind of know what to expect with different animals. Annoyingly, in this, I spend a lot of time building things and then finishing them and then going, I don't like it, and then starting again. So you can see I'm doing that with this archway now, which is so fun. But yeah, I'm just trying to keep it all like earth tones, lots of oranges and browns and yellows. I don't know if yellow counts as an earth tone, but I'm going to count it. Lots of my favourite colours, luckily. There are lots of colours I love to work with, so that's always great. And they mix in with the red desert and savanna rocks really well as well, which is what I end up using. But I'm quite proud of how this turned out. The meerkat habitat took me a little while to play around with and figure out what I wanted to do, but I got there in the end, and I think I'm quite proud with what we ended up with. And I think in the end this archway seemed really good as well. I'm going to apologise for the zooming out every so often of this footage, because obviously this is from a stream, so I'm kind of trying to explain things and my vision to the viewers live. And obviously if you'd like to catch the live Twitch streams, I am twitch.tv/littleginge with 2 underscores. That's where you'll find me. I'll link it in the description as well. But I'm going to try and, at least for most of the streams, record the footage separately like this, and so I can speed them up. And so I really wanted to add like the what animals would be in this African Kingdom on the fence itself, because I kept thinking, like in typical zoos, at least what I'm thinking of, there's quite a lot of like cheesy like photos and kind of like things that you see that advertise what animals are there, and so I wanted to try and recreate that, but I couldn't make it look nice but cheesy, if that makes sense. So I decided to go without it and use rocks and lovely trees, which is very good. And I'm using this like red dirt path, which I think I'm going to try and like theme quite a lot of the like pathways and all around the habitats in each section with what is in the area. So we've picked red desert for the African, even though I think it would have worked for the Australian one as well. So we shall have to see what we do there. Maybe the beach board, because of Australian beaches, I guess. Just thinking aloud. So here we are finally starting the meerkat habitat. Here's me explaining lots of things again, and lots of mouse wiggling. But we do start. I started by building like a null barrier. So basically, because I wanted to build custom fences, and but obviously I needed to have an actual barrier, because with the new update here, you can see me doing it now. You can change lots of presets and make sure that the animals can't actually escape no matter what you build around their habitat. And so technically I don't think the meerkats can actually escape through this fence, but the house I build, apparently they can jump over that, which is very annoying, but they won't because of the settings I've got on, which is very good. I think I've got them set to like creative settings. There's some presets you can do in sandbox mode now, and I think that's what I've got it set to. to help with the creativity, which is very nice. And so I'm just placing lots of fences. This was reasonably easy to do, actually. I thought it looked quite nice. I used the North African, I think they're like wood sticks or something is what they're called. I used them to build the whole fence. And I think they look quite nice, and I think I'll use them throughout the park to at least link all the habitats together in a small way, so they kind of look coherent, and like you can see what the park sort of had when it was building, almost. And then just joining it up with the door. So the meerkats, I wanted to be an animal that you sort of, because if you view them at a zoo, they're very much animals you go, oh, there's some meerkats, they're very cute, and you walk past them. They're not really an animal you stand near and watch all the time. And so I wanted to have the same sort of feeling with this habitat. And so they're sort of the first thing within the area, so you can walk past and go, oh, that's nice, look at the meerkats. And then you can carry on and walk round to look at all the more exciting animals. More zooming out and explaining. And so my idea with this first house, this is not what the final house will look like for them, but my idea with it was that there's some windows and you can look into the meerkats and see what they're doing and just sort of hiding out. So if there was a mum and her little babies, you could look in and see them sleeping and having a nice time. But one, I made it massive, and meerkats are tiny, and I forgot about that. And two, I just didn't like it. I didn't like how it looked. And then I tried to make a dome, because I watched I think it was a Delayed Designer, a video on how to make domes in Planet Zoo. And so I wanted to do that. It didn't work. So I then figured out, I can't put windows on this. When I could, I've just thought of how I could do it, but it didn't look right anyway. And I do end up building another dome that does look nice. So I'll save the dome for elsewhere. And so this is what I mean. I tried lots of different things, but didn't like any of them. And so I was getting a bit frustrated, actually, to be honest. Because I was like, oh, why can't I figure out what to do? I don't understand. Why can't I figure it out? But in the end, you can see me starting it now. Start doing lots of rock work, which I think looks really nice. Like make a little cave almost, and they live in this little cave. And you can actually walk through the cave and look into where their sleeping quarters are, which I think is nice. These what are they? Aquatic rocks, aren't they? Yeah, aquatic rocks are very nice. I like them a lot. They're very good for definition and making things look nice. And I downloaded something off the Steam Workshop that actually helps you colour them to be similar to the like original natural rocks that we've got in the game, and so they sort of blend in a bit easier. I don't think they're exact the same colour, but it's better than I could ever do, so I'm not complaining. And I think they blend in reasonably well as well once I colour them, so I'm not too bothered. And so here I've added some glass to create that illusion between the meerkats if they're sleeping on the floor and the guests can't like touch them, because obviously no one wants the animals to get contaminated, and so no little children can go grabbing a meerkat. And also theoretically then the meerkat can also not escape, which is ideal. Apparently they can, but I don't. Oh well. In my head they can't, so I don't care too much. And so here I thought this was really smart of me, actually. I built like a whole on the ground. I built like a whole section of rocks that I then like flipped upside down and put on the roof to make it look like I didn't have to individually do an awkward camera angle to create more definition in the roof. And so I'm quite proud of that. I shall be doing it again. And so this is what I'm on about. This is what I downloaded from the Steam Workshop to get the like hex color codes, because for some reason they wouldn't let me copy them, but I can get the hex color codes and put them over there, and so we can see how they match. And so here we go. They match slightly. They're not perfect, but I don't think they'll ever be perfect. I think they need to be a bit more red, but beside the point. Lovely nonetheless. But yeah, just put lots of rocks down, trying to blend it in, try and make it look more natural. But also I don't mind it looking too unnatural, because I kind of want it to look like a zoo, and I want it to look like, oh, they've built this to fit it in and make it look nice. And so, because it's not meant to be a zoo that is you've just found and sort of stumbling across and looking at these animals, it's meant to be a zoo that has been made and these animals have been put in it. Just as quite a top end zoo, I'd like to think. And so now I'm just decorating the inside of the meerkat habitat. I've covered it in sand. I think I did that earlier. I've covered it in sand because obviously they live in very, very deserty area. And so I've covered it in sand to help with that. I've paused here because I think on stream we were talking about otters. Because we have admittedly really ugly otters in the game. And we were quite upset about it because we were talking about favourite animals and whatnot. And we were just saying that we like otters. And all the different types of otters and how cute they are. And that they bang little rocks on their chest and hold hands so they don't float away when they sleep. Which is very cute. I think anyway. And so here I'm just adding in lots of plants. I found it quite easy actually to add plants in here because where it's quite deserty, I didn't mind leaving it blank. And so I've got my lovely candelabra trees. I understand that's not what they're called, but that's what I'll call them. And then lots of rocks, quite a few aloe vera as well. And then is it Durin grass? I like that. I like that around rocks. It looks really nice around the rocks. And then obviously adding enrichment items and stuff. Which is very nice indeed. So I'm going to leave the voiceover here because we're about to go to a live tour. So hopefully you will enjoy that. And I shall speak to you very soon. Hello, and welcome to my little in-person tour of the meerkats. So you just see me finish building and decorating this, woohoo indeed, pal. Building and decorating this little enclosure. You saw me adding the little enrichment items like the bubble and the little spring. Well, they can drink from the pond, that's good. I wasn't sure. But yeah, I had quite a good time because it was meant to be quite deserty. It's quite good to try and decorate it with the rocks and then using a few of these trees. I love these trees. I think they're so nice. And then these, what I call candelabra trees as well. And so you can walk. Oh, you can walk all the way around. And let's see if there's anyone inside. I think I've added a few more rocks and stuff from last time. I don't think there is. I think it's quite a good little. So let's look at this woman. Oh, can I go in your first person view? There, look. She can see the little meerkats having a look around, and then she's leaving again. Okay, well you didn't look very much. But that's good. You can see them. Look at them having a little sit down. That's so cute. That is adorable. Isn't it just? And so I've added another like habitat, like education board, that was the word, there. And then I think it's quite a good little look out into the other place. I think it's very cute and nice. They've got this little rock that they can go through and some tennis balls. They can climb up all over the rocks. It's very nice indeed. I have also added like a little education board here to fill in this space. And I think it's very nice. So, like I said, that recording was from a live stream I did. I stream Mondays, Tuesdays and Thursdays. On Mondays we do Marion Monday, so no Planet Zoo, but typically on Tuesdays and Thursdays we do Play Planet Zoo. And so far we are building a lovely big zoo called Lilypad Manor, which is what you've been watching so far. There's a sneak peek at the rhino habitat. We've also got them there. That will be my next video coming out. I'll be doing I recorded that live stream as well, and so I'll be able to make that into a little video of us building. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed. If you would like to catch me on Twitch, I am Little Ginge with 2 underscores. And if you like the video, please feel free to give it a like. And if you want to catch more of this content, Planet Zoo content, please feel free to subscribe. Thank you all very much for watching. I appreciate you all so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we shall see you all very soon. Bye!